Interesting story. We have obviously followed Jaedon LeDee, Aztec power forward, All-American, did not get drafted, did not get invited to the NBA camp, did play in the summer league, signed an Exhibit 10 contract to go back to the Minnesota Timberwolves.
Okay.
What that allows him to do, what Jaedon gets to do, is to go be in camp. He'll be one of 20 players in camp. And if they like what he does, and I think they're trying to convert him into a defensive specialist with his bulk, forward, center, etc. He'll probably get the chance to go to the NBA G League and play for the Minnesota Timberwolves G League team to start the season. And that's a good learning curve, and he'll get reps, and he'll play under one of the assistants from the Minnesota Timberwolves. So that'll help him grow. And then if somebody gets hurt, maybe he gets a phone call. The other story is the University of San Diego. And I'll say something that's kind of weird. I feel really bad for Steve Lavin. I mean, he's a nice gentleman, very good coach, had tremendous success at UCLA and some success at St. John's. Went on to TV, left TV, came back, took the USD job. It's like he's coaching in the shadows. Nobody pays attention to USD basketball. They don't have a big NIL program. Everybody's come in and cherry-picked his players, including San Diego State took his top veteran guard, Wayne McKinney. Anyhow, USD has just announced they've gotten another gift for renovations for the Jenny Craig Pavilion, which is important. $5 million. They changed the lighting. They're putting up a huge screen, big billboard videos, obviously improving the locker room facilities, etc. I feel bad for Steve Lavin because he's a good coach, good guy, and he's kind of working in the shadows, and nobody really pays attention to Toreros athletics. Football's mess last year, and he just doesn't get very much coverage. They don't play for many of their own student body, and it's a much smaller university. But this is good. The Jenny Craig Foundation gave another $5 million for renovations at the Jenny Craig Pavilion where the basketball team plays. So you want to talk about LeDee? Talk about USD. Go ahead.
Well, for USD, I love the nickname for the facility is the Slim Jim.
Yeah.
For Jenny Craig, it's a fantastic little nickname. Steve Lavin's a good dude, and he's a San Francisco guy. And, he was at the peak of the top programs, and to have him here in San Diego is really kind of a treat. So hopefully USD kind of can revive that program. It's interesting with Jaedon LeDee because during the summer league, he wasn't getting much playing time. And we were concerned about that. We're like, how in the hell can the Karl Malone power forward of the year not be getting any playing time, much less not get drafted? But then Mark Ziegler in one of his columns said that the Timberwolves already kind of understand LeDee, and they didn't really need to showcase him as much in those summer league games because they already knew what they had. And that made me feel a little bit hopeful that there might be a future for him with the Timberwolves. But yeah, that guy has got an NBA body and he can bang around. And when they bring in these young kids that are 18, 19, 20, he can knock those guys out of the post and, just with a little flip.
So I think they'll develop him as a defensive specialist. And I still think he's got offensive game, but maybe at his size, at 6'8", 6'9", he's not going to be able to get the shots off against much quicker forwards, but he gets a chance to go to camp. And on Exhibit 10, he can wind up going to the G League team. And if he plays well enough, they can flip that into a two-way contract. Then he gets more money. He goes to the T-Wolves when they need help, or they send him back to the G League to play. There's a whole bunch of those guys. That's where they started their career on two-way contracts. So good for him. We'll follow him as we go. We go